Welcome to this overview of our fund management app for nonprofits. The app allows nonprofits to plan at the fund level, helping them better oversee and handle their cash flow. It is often what determines all the expenditures of the organization, like personnel, CapEx, and OpEx. Let's dive in to see what OnPlan's fund management app is all about. With OnPlan, we can centralize and streamline the fund management process, accounting for all the various factors and drivers for both existing as well as planned accounts. You can visualize your data, KPIs, and metrics right from our dashboards. The app is pre-configured with different visualizations to represent your data, like this bar graph over here, pie chart, as well as this line graph. You can take this a step further by drilling into specific data points, like this key ratios chart over here, that's looking at total funding, HR OpEx, and non-HR OpEx. We can observe there's a spike between 2021 and 2022. So we can click into a specific data point and the software will take us to the back-end report, allowing us to further analyze our data. You can then leverage fund management to begin planning on any level you want. For example, here we're planning on a program by program level, but you can break this down by any category you see fit. You can then start incorporating additional details to create a granular fund management planning report. For example, here we're looking at donor types that consist of corporations, suppliers, governments, individuals, and other funders. We're also looking at donor names so we can isolate who the largest contributor was to the specific program. We're also having a look at the overall project timeline, as well as some calculative fields that will update dynamically as we conduct our data entry. Now, if we scroll to the right of this report, we can see our actuals data as well as our forecasting data. Now, our forecasting data can be driven by a multitude of drivers, for example, look back, trailing averages, dollar per FTE, or a simple data entry. Now, you can see our different drivers in action in our OpEx app. We can also incorporate different timelines and summations, for example, adding in quarterly summations as well as annual summations. We can take this a step further and start parsing out the data in order to view it from multiple perspectives. One of the most common use cases for this functionality is the ability to create personalized views for each user. For example, we can filter the data by donor type and that way isolate all the data related to each donor type and give access to each user their relevant view. For example, here we're isolating all the different programs that are being funded by government institutions. Create different reporting documents, such as this program summary that highlights all the information that we've inputted from the previous sheet, as well as calculate different output metrics, leveraging information throughout that can then be utilized for financial planning and analysis. For example, this final funding versus expense sheet that we have that has some conditional formatting is telling us that for hunger and homelessness, we can afford to spend more money, while for youth aid, we need to reassess our spending or raise more funds. We can further create departmental or project level P&L statements that can dynamically tell us what our monthly funding looks like, as well as a breakdown of donor type or any other categorization that you like. And we can continue filtering the report by project in a dynamic fashion. For example, now we can have a look at youth aid, and we can view this data on a quarterly basis as well as an annual basis for both our actuals data and our forecast data. So, if you could use help managing your nonprofit funds, book a demo and we'd be happy to show you how this OnPlan app and others can help you out.